PyroRadio.
What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the Flip Life Radio Show. It's PyroRadio.com, and we're welcoming on our special guest, man, like Big Cakes in the building. What's good, sir?
What's going on, Nov? What's going on, family?
Move to the mic a little bit, my brother.
What's going on, Pyro? What's going on, listeners?
We're here, man. What's good with you?
I'm here, fam. I'm there surviving, you get me? Life is good, life's always good. Trying to just remember that I'm here now, and all I've ever got is now. So man's just trying to be happy now, innit?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Same,
it's tricky,
man.
You get me?
Same.
Hard work. It's hard work, you get me? But yeah.
So you see the topic we've been talking about today. You've seen a bit of it.
Of course, you know
earlier.
What? I was busy. You know, I said I was busy last minute, whatever. But I was busy. But you know what? I just had to rearrange the whole schedule because I thought, you know what, Cakes, you don't get opportunities like this every day.
Yeah.
Whereas I've been talking about it passionately in my own time.
Yeah.
I thought, let me just come out. You know what I mean? And speak about it.
Let the people know.
Yeah,
straight.
I mean?
So I see you've had some active posts today anyway, regardless of what's been going on.
Yeah, fam, because it touched me. And anyone who follows me on Facebook and Instagram, they know how I go hard with certain seasons when I've got time on my hands. But of late, it's I've been thinking, fam, you're posting all these dumb little memes and you're posting. I mean, I like to laugh, but come on, chill, do you know what I mean? So I kind of laid off the Instagram thing as hard as I was going on.
Yeah.
But of late, I thought, you know what, I don't care even if I post 50 things up today and clog up your timeline or whatever. I'm just going to let you know from the go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that time.
Yeah, but you give man jokes. It's not like, certain people on the social media mad corny and that.
Yeah, but the truth is funny, man.
Yeah.
The truth has got a funny side to it, always. Yeah. So, yeah.
So we've been taking it from a hip-hop angle though. So we've been asking the question, is there racism in hip-hop? How do you answer that?
I'm like, come on, man, really? Is there racism? What is the world like? Is the world one crazy place and then hip-hop is one nice room? You know when you go to a yard and man says, yeah. Don't go in that room.
Take your shoes off before you go in that room.
Is that hip-hop where there's no racism? Do you know what I mean? But look, I'm not here for division, innit? I'm not here to divide people, innit? I'm gonna keep it real, innit? Because if you can't keep it real, you can't address shit for... Sorry, can I say that?
No, we're gonna avoid doing that, but yeah.
Pardon me.
Cool.
You can't address stuff for what it really is, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna keep it real and say, yes, of course, there is racism in hip-hop. I mean, are you blind? If you think there isn't, are you blind? Can't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So do you think it's something you witness in UK hip-hop?
You know what? I'm not going to say when you go to the hip-hop, because hip-hop is a very unifying thing.
Yeah.
Please don't get it twisted. When you come to a People's Army show or a Big Cake show or whatever show, you're going to see all kinds of people there.
Definitely.
And not for a moment have I ever felt, you might get the odd tosser from time to time, but that's just life, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's nothing like you say, bro, there's racist people at them shows. You don't get that vibe from any of our shows, you know what I mean? And a lot of shows I've gone to. But at the same time, it's very covert because alright, let me illustrate something. A lot of the music that gets a higher platform in the hip-hop industry, for whatever reason we want to call it, I feel is blatantly destructive to the black community.
Okay.
Whichever way you want to check it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of hip-hop. I mean, I sing to some of these songs. I like some of these artists.
Yeah.
But I can't forget that it's not by accident that there's a lot more push for some of these artists. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
There are a lot more artists that are saying stuff that are still jingly, still commercial, but they're throwing in certain messages that are not going to destroy the black community.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the industry as a whole and the powers that be, if you like, I mean, let's illustrate something like BET. No disrespect to BET, I love BET, but who owns BET? Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, black people might come and say, oh man, we got our own channel and blah blah blah, but what is the channel doing for the black community? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I don't watch TV, so I can't point BET out as one channel, So anyone listening from BET, don't think, Cakes, I've just picked you out because you're like Coca-Cola for this thing, innit? But there's a lot of main gatekeepers that would rather push ignorant music. Yeah. And I'm like, hang on, why? If you're in life, if you don't clock patterns, you're a fool. Yeah. You must clock patterns. There's always a pattern. Do you know what I mean? And you've heard KRS-One or you've heard artists. The other day I was watching one program, The King of Gypsies or something. The same thing goes on in gypsy music.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
There's like a lot of, don't want to use the word commercialization, but there's a lot of push for music that's not really good because certain people are going to make money from it. And like poo runs downhill. And look, man, if you don't see the black, where they've put the black man in society, you're a fool, innit? Do you know what I mean? I don't even want to have this discussion. So of course there is racism in hip hop. Of course there is. Do you know what I mean? And like I think look, if there's any big DJs out there listening, like look, man, look, I know in your heart somehow you're like, man, come on. I know when you see me, I'm gonna see it in your eyes and say, yeah, you might not really publicly agree with it, but I know somewhere in your heart you're like, yeah, Don's making sense still. Maybe I should push a bit more of that. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe I should search a bit more and look, this guy is really, he's not talking about, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from.
Do you think it's a specific side of the industry that's in control of that? Is it the DJs? Is it the people's above them telling them what they should play?
I used to be a lot more into conspiracies. But then I realized that when you don't have something to point the finger to, it's like chill, B. Like what is it you're attacking? So I'm not gonna come here and say it's this or it's that, except I'm talking about real incidents and real people, which of course happens every day. They are racist, but I haven't experienced much. I feel like I've experienced a lot of cock blocking, if I can say. Personally, but you know what, in anyone's defense, I don't feel like I've really worked as hard as certain music artists. So I don't just put it down to that.
So do you, but you put that down to your content rather than...
Yeah, man, from the get-go, I'm saying, ain't it funny how blacks own the diamonds and whites got the diamonds?
Because I was going to ask you,
you know what I mean?
Because
said that years ago.
We spoke on this, like, I think it was one of the first things we mentioned today, because someone said... someone brought up the record companies paying black artists to talk about killing black people, and like this issue did come up straight away. But then you've got a lot of the issues we've been talking about have been about white artists and how much shine that they get.
Fam, it's crazy. I saw something on the Facebook today, and it touched me. And there's no way I could come here and talk about this hip hop thing today and not put it in the broader spectrum of what's going on out there. I would have to be a fool in it. So like, I'm not trying to divert or whatever, but just to illustrate a point, I've watched something just before I came here, Don saying like, when that youth fell into the gorilla cage, they came up with ways so it never happened again. Can you imagine that, bro? It's emotional. It's emotional. It's enough. It's enough for a man to act out on the road and do stuff because you're over disrespecting his existence now. Listen, when a youth fell into the gorilla thing and he shot the gorilla, the Americans came together and said, look, let's not let that happen
to the gorilla.
You know how many black people we've watched get killed now?
In different ways as well.
And we're asking, is there racism? Of course there's racism. The powers that be should, if there weren't no racism, the powers that be would be like, yo, this is not on. But they're all kicking back, talking about stuff that is just not quite relevant to the point. And I won't even just want to point the finger because people, I know heads that do the same thing, fam. There's man on there right now talking about, I don't know, he's talking about his crepes. Look, post your crepes as well, cuz. I'm not saying you don't have to get involved like that, but share something because, let me say this, man. I'm gonna have to like old my, because this is really relevant. I just had to cut off this Facebook thing here. Man's gonna say this, like, keep the TV turned down when I'm around. Sometimes I watch the television with no sound. These rap vids are comedies, it's all clowns. The news is horror/thriller, but don't frown. There's one thing I know, these mofos are lying. They don't show it in the news when black folks are dying. This is why I said this. There's a Facebook app for that Paris attack. Them Niger missing girls, they didn't get jacked. Some of these journalists, they should get slapped cause they're racist. They only shine certain parts of the map. If there's one thing I know, they don't like blacks. But it's sad, cause you're getting shut down for spitting facts. A lot of these rappers weren't built like that, man. They're more in the skinny jeans, but how they get into that? One thing I know, if you ain't into facts, we can't chop it up, fam. We can't interact. But that's how I feel about this thing.
Fire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I boxed off myself how I came in because I could spit and I could take it wherever I want to take it.
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah.
How you came into the rap game?
Yeah, how I came into the rap game, fam. My first album, I Saying a Madness. Fam.
Yeah.
BBC One still said it was the album of the year, and that touched me. But then I thought, like, after a while, listen to what Don's saying, innit?
Yeah.
Cakes, even I got family who said, Cakes, man, just make commercial music.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are under them pressures, and that's why I'll say hip hop is racist.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who want to say stuff that they want to say stuff, man.
But they're afraid to. You think people are afraid?
Yeah, and the stuff will still bang. Because there's man without no commercial backing who have gone and done it.
Yeah, straight.
Shut up, madness. People ask me, why do I listen to Gucci Mane? They don't understand it. Because Gucci Mane motivate me, fam. He says a madness, fam. When he wakes up and he's taking the wrong thing, he'll diss Birdman and whoever he wanted this and come back and apologize. That's a real don. It takes a real man to apologize, fam. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
not to divert,
Team Gucci Mane for real, though.
Like, you can bust whatever you wanna bust.
Yeah, for real.
But they bust destructive music, and that's how I feel about it still.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I feel like people, like the fans, shut down a lot of this stuff as well. We was talking about Beyonce thing earlier today. That she's coming out saying some positive messages now and talking about issues, and now you got people shutting her down saying, she's doing it to sell. She's doing that to sell records.
Exactly. That's a
so
good
it's like
point.
another when she's doing that, we're gonna shut her down. How dare she say that she's rich?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. I think that's a beautiful point to show what we're dealing with. But you know what? I'm like I said, I'm not here for division. I'm here to say, like, you know what? Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of these things coming up, like saying like black people gotta react and that sort of stuff. And I'm like, look, man, my thing is origami, innit? That's my thing, and that's what I'm trying to build. Be constructive with your paper, be constructive with your life and your energy in it. Do you know what I mean? So you can build something good. You could turn a negative into a positive at any given moment, as long, you know what I mean? It's just whatever you want to do. So I'm saying we need to unify in it. We need to point this thing out, because not all white people are turning a blind eye to it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what black people love to forget, Like, even in racism, in like slavery times, there was white people helping black men still.
Okay.
Don't ever get it twisted. They don't like to tell that story. But the truth is, in slavery time, what you think, it was all black men that just done the thing. There was a couple. They had a couple men in there that said, you know what, this ain't right. Some just turn around why he cuts. You know what I mean?
Straight, man.
So like, it's a unity thing, and I think if you got good in your heart, you know what's going on is wrong. And like, at the end of the day, the youths are the future, so try and tell them to listen to some real artists. You get me?
Do you think that some fans and other people see lyrics about black power or lyrics about racism as divisive?
They do, but it's like, look, that's a very good question, Jazz. Yeah,
because sometimes a message of unity can actually be interpreted as divisive.
I think they do, and I don't know why they do that. Because another thing, I'm not even gonna steal this one, because I saw this on the internet today as well. Because I don't see nothing on TV. I see all on the net by the people I follow. Do you know what I mean? But the Don's gone. If I last night said I was having a good pizza, I put it on my Instagram. Follow my Instagram, Big Cakes. Yeah. But I'm gone. Don's gone. If yesterday I ate a pizza and I said, this pizza was really good. Like, am I anti-chicken? No, but like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like, like at the end of the day, it's like you said earlier, this whole black power thing, it doesn't come just out of thin air. It comes out of a mad oppression.
Of course,
they used to hang man on the trees, fam. They used to do all kinds of ridiculous stuff now that you can't.
It comes
teach.
from a necessity.
Do you know what I mean? So it came from getting put so low. Man said, all right, you know what, we're gonna rise. Do you know what I mean? But you don't see no one trying to attack Scottish folklore music or whatever, this kind of music. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, hip hop is black music. But whatever elements of hip hop there is, just let there be that.
Yeah, man.
Let there be that.
No, straight. It's mad divisive. What do you think about that angle as well? Grime music. you think grime music is hip hop?
You know, there's all kinds of people in this world. Yeah, there are people who like to technical. They get technical and they break stuff and they say, you know what? No, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not. Fish and chips. Those are American chips. Alright, I feel you, dog. It's
East
still
London
chips,
chips.
innit? Yeah, do you know what I mean? This thing is hip hop, innit?
Yeah.
Once you get on the, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I understand what grime is, because don't ever get it twisted. There was a time when hip hop artists were styling on grime artists, were saying, nah, that ain't hip hop. Do you know what I mean? So grime had to kind of go into itself and say, you know what? All right, we're not hip hop. We're grime. Do you know what I mean?
Grime, to have its identity.
Is grime, but grime is an offshoot from hip hop. At the end of the day, it's all love, man.
Straight, man. I agree, man. Well, that's a topic we're gonna bring up. We'll probably do a whole show about that at some point. I want to get a grime artist to come and speak about it.
They might say different, but
I want to get both angles. You know what I mean?
It is.
That's gonna be a controversial subject itself.
Trust, man.
Yeah.
A little earlier, we played. What was the track we played just before the break? African.
Yeah.
Like the name of the title of the song?
That was a track, African. It's off my It's All Love album still.
I hadn't heard that. That tune.
Banger.
Still.
Shout out Tantrum as well.
Shout out Tantrum.
She's
Shout
dope.
out my brother Gio.
Tantrum.
Gio produced every track on the album.
I found that song today. I was looking for your other song, Brothers in Africa, and I came across that song and I decided to play that.
Yeah.
So, seeing both of those songs and some of your other music, do you think it's important to represent an African identity in your music?
Yeah, the thing with me and the whole African thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you a little secret now. Yeah.
Let's go.
Say man ain't African. You say man ain't African.
No. It's funny. It's even funny you should say that. It's even funny you should say that. Because remember, I wasn't born in this country.
Okay.
Yeah? And I'm not gonna lie. When I came here in an era where it was kind of looked down upon to say you were African.
Yeah.
And luckily for me, I'm not gonna act like I was Incredible Hulk, but luckily for me, I've gone to a school where a couple of my cousins have made a mad rep in there for me.
Yeah.
They've set levels for me. Already. When I'm walking in there like, that's little P.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's, you know what I mean? So I'm nice in school already. I just gotta live my life and carry on.
Yeah.
So, and at home, I come from a very proud family, man. A very God-fearing, good family. We ain't rich, but we here and we happy. Man. Do you know what I mean? My last name is crazy to spell. The teachers people always gave me grief because of my last name.
Yeah.
So I come from this thing like, well, I mean, you man, of course man's African.
Even
when I was younger, it happened the other day at work. Like some brothers gone, what, you're Jamaican? And I've gone, well, if you like, because they're my brothers as well. But at the end of the day, I'm Nigerian, and that's been happening to me for a long time still, since my accent, since my African accent disappeared. Do you know what I mean? I've always tried to say, you know what, I'm gonna rep for my people. Do you know what I mean? Because my people do need some repping. I mean, the stuff that's going on in Africa is crazy. People can't comprehend. It's crazy, fam. Man talk about all this stuff that's going on around the world, I'm not saying it ain't going on, fam. The stuff that's going on in Africa is bonkers, fam. But the world just turned a blind eye to it. You know the maddest thing? The stuff that's going out of Africa is bonkers, fam. You with me?
Billion on billions.
Yeah, it's like mad pillaging. I'm not gonna point the finger who, but there's mad pillaging going on, So it's like, what? Hang on, I'm just gonna kick. That's not what I'm here for, innit? That's not what I'm here for, innit? I've never been that done that I've gone somewhere with my brethren. My brethren talking some fraff. I'm not gonna call my brethren and say, like, I might rep him there and then, but later on, if we're arguing and we're talking about it, I'm gonna say, nah, but blood, you was wrong. You made me jump in over you and. You know what I mean? You were wrong. I'm always going to keep it real with you.
I was going to bring this up still, to be honest, with the English Frank situation. When he got on stage and there was a whole big drama, and you spoke on it at the time. I remember kind of standing out, and because people were trying to come at you, like say something, and you made a statement at the time. I was going to go and look at it, but I didn't even do it.
Now what, boy, with the whole Frank thing, I'm not even going to go into it.
Straight.
Like, to keep it like this. There's two sides to it. It's come out all wrong. And me being the person that I am, I had to address it there and then.
Straight.
You know what I mean? And that's all it was, really. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm never gonna diss my friend.
Yeah, of course.
That's my friend.
Because you got on the stage, innit?
Yeah,
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
I was on
Yeah, I
stage,
remember
you
you
know
come
what I
and
mean?
spoke.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even remember that.
That's a good
But it wasn't like you were
illustration.
throwing man under the bus or nothing.
Nah, of course
yeah,
not.
straight.
Like that,
Course
though.
not.
Straight.
Course
Shout out
not.
Frank anyway, man.
Yeah, shout out to Frank. What's going on with People's Army though?
You know what? Life nowadays, time, is it me or does time just fly so?
It's flying.
Time
Flying.
flies so quick.
It does,
you get
man.
me? So you know what it is? There's stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, time's flying so mad. Remember, my kids are growing up so quick. So as
Yeah.
active as I was back in the day, like time-wise,
Yeah.
it's not the same liberties I've got right now. you
Yeah,
get me?
yeah.
So I'm like I've got a lot more priorities and responsibilities. So
Yeah.
like we had a session that I was present in a couple nights ago.
Okay.
And I dropped a verse on there.
Okay,
and
nice.
I kept it moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, I got this origami thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when there's a lot going on, like your message can get diluted as well.
Yeah.
So like I can't stop doing what I was doing because
Yeah.
I was big cakes before.
Yeah,
I was
of
big
course.
cakes before stuff music. I was
Yeah.
big cakes in school.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what I
straight.
mean? I've been rapping since my dad's mic. You get me? So
So
I gotta keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
break down the origami thing for us.
The origami. You know what origami is, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like folding up paper into
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
little
yeah.
things.
My
thing,
daughter does that, man. She's dope
a
at
G
it.
still. I've got a lot of respect for origami artists, yeah. 'Cause it's like you've taken a piece of paper, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could be
straight.
like paper you've written on, you was gonna squash it. I've seen a guy do this. He's gone to the bin. This is what blew my mind. He's gone to the bin. We were looking for paper. He didn't
Yeah.
want to waste new paper. Picked the squash one up from the bin, straightened it out,
Yeah,
fold it into a bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering what he was doing. He's folded it into a rose, and I thought,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? And he's gonna give it to your girl. So it kind of made
Them
me
ones.
laugh.
Yeah,
Them
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
you get me? And then I've pennied it still. And I thought like, right, he took that paper out the bin and he's folded it into something that I can use, run a little joke and say, baby, I got you some flowers.
Yeah, yeah.
Make her think I pulled out some nice little rose £5 thing, but I ain't buying no flowers. Just under the one paper thing, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Say, help me,
when
Jonas,
I,
your woman, yeah.
when I thought about the concept and it like sieved
Yeah.
through my brain, I thought, right, you know what? That's construction with paper. That is what origami is. Do you know what I mean? And so
Yeah, man.
we've got paper. We say, oh yeah, man's got paper. I've been rhyming paper with cake since I was a kid.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
thought, yeah, I gotta be more constructive with my paper. Because
Okay.
I might spend some money and waste it here and there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what? If I put it to better use, like it could be studio time.
Yeah,
it could
yeah.
be like for my son to go to some swimming lessons. It might
Yeah.
be for me to go to some swimming lessons.
Yeah, yeah.
That's origami. Whichever way you want to fight it, you might not like me.
Yeah.
But the minute you say, you know what, all right, I'm gonna do something constructive with this paper, you're with me, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
origami,
Yeah,
man.
no,
That's
I like
an
that.
army
I like
there,
that a
you know
lot.
what
I didn't know that. I never
That's a
heard you
dope
break
That's
that down
what it
before.
is. Origami
That's dope.
is construction with paper, fam. You know what I
Dope.
mean? And
Very
there's
dope.
paper
You know-
out here.
You know what's crazy? My cousin in Switzerland is like the #1 black origami guy in the world still.
Is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say
You know
that.
what?
Like they recognize him in Japan and that he's like the
Fam.
only one.
Fam,
See
if
Paul
it's-
Mabona and they look him up.
Yeah.
Sort out collaboration.
Yeah,
A video,
I was gonna say,
video, audio
real
collaboration.
talk. If it's in-house like that, we should make something happen, Carl.
Right, he sells his
Shouldn't
pieces
speak
for
on
some
it.
big P. I ain't going to lie.
But
yeah,
fam.
yeah.
he's your
So,
cousin, so we can
we African fam. We work out a price.
some
you get-
family discount.
Straight, man.
You know what I mean?
So how do you balance it? Like you brought up just now, obviously life gets in the way, family things. How do you make the balance, man, to keep active? Because I feel like you're quite active, man. I
Yeah.
could see what you're saying, that you haven't maybe had the time
Yeah.
to be as active as you was, but you was hitting it at a point like you was getting the videos on the big channels quite regularly.
Last
I
year
mean-
and this year, you still had content
Yeah.
dropping regularly.
Yeah, I just
You had
dropped,
the,
I just dropped something like a couple days ago.
Okay.
Corny.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
We'll get that up a little. We'll get that
And
one up
last
after,
year you
yeah.
had Bounce and you had the song with Why. and-
Burn 'em with Success, which we've been playing anyway.
Yeah.
So you stay active. How do you balance it?
You know what, fam? Secretly, I'm a restless dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like I haven't really admitted that. I'm
Yeah.
like, someone asked me the other day, why don't you just chill in your house and just relax? And I
Yeah.
thought, wow. Honestly, listen, for about 2 years, I haven't had a day where I stayed in the whole day.
Yeah.
I remember when I had my foot operation, peace to my brethren Gio,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
stories, we swapped cars, his was an automatic.
Yeah.
I got into his car, put my left foot on the passenger seat,
Damn.
Put my crutches in there, and I done everything I had to do. You get me? All fell down in Woolwich and almost bust my head.
Wow.
But cut a long story short, I'm just I don't know if it's a high metabolism or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just active in it.
Yeah,
and
man.
then I find myself at moments saying, "Bro, Cakes, you're up now," you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, in them little moments right now, like back in the day when I was a youth, this is what I love, innit? I wake up and write a mad bar. But right now, I haven't really written for a minute.
Okay.
But literally, before I came studio, I just done a tune with Nadine Walker.
Okay.
And the tune's massive. I don't know what she does gonna do with that, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking to hear that because I was just about to cut out studio. She said something. I thought, you know what? You got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Get it in there, and luckily the bar. So that's how I. You know what I mean? I get it in it because
Big man.
Yeah, I love it still. Do you know what I mean? So the
Yeah,
new
man.
album's out. Yeah.
That's Overdrive.
2nd of August.
Okay,
It's
big.
called No Expiry.
And where can people cop that?
Yeah, you know, all these digital outlets and stuff.
Big
you get me?
Cakes.
Yeah, man. Go
Bandcamp.
Yeah, if you
The
want to
Bandcamp,
do
the Bandcamp goes
massive,
straight in the account
go
and
in
all of
there,
that.
straight into the account. You don't know.
I always promote that for
Yeah,
man.
you get me? Go straight into my account. So if you're like you love the thing like that, buy it from the Bandcamp. But either way, it don't bother me. You know what I mean? It's if I just want you to listen to it, innit? So because
You can iTunes, Spotify, that.
yeah, there's a lot of I've thrown in a lot, like what I feel, a lot of narrative in this project, and I think it's not gonna die, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
I've got a few tunes from back. I've got enough tunes. I'm not good at selling myself. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really my thing. Like
Yeah,
boasting
I hear you,
like
I
that.
hear you.
But I've got a few bangers from back in the day that I know are still thumping. Like
Still,
how I made
still,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So this project, I feel 20, 30 years from now, you can pull it out like
Yeah.
some classics, and you're gonna say, "Rah, these tunes are still thumping."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel it's the best thing you've done?
Right now I'm feeling like that because
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how I am.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm just
I feel
doing
like I
it,
get
move
like
to
that
the
as
next
well,
one.
though.
Yeah, but really and truly, I think the My Soul tune is one of like the moments in when I was getting, because I feel all my lyrics are given to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's just because whenever I try and write something, I kick back for a minute and I start trying to think of the bars, and it either comes or it don't.
Or it don't? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I
Don't
mean?
force it.
So that's how I feel,
yeah.
But that My Soul thing, like I remember the energies for me, even when I linked Global, we shot the video, the whole metaphors and that. But yeah, man, life is a journey, so
Course,
I think
man.
it's exciting right now, especially when you got the full discography. So don't be sleeping on man like
So
that.
self-releasing it,
So yeah, self-releasing.
So everything-
all my stuff is self-released.
self-promoted.
Yeah, everything. You know what? The promotion thing right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's limited. Like,
Yeah.
man's just pushing my thing on the social networks.
Yeah,
and
but that's-
my networks.
That's what I was going to bring
yeah.
it to, the social networks right now. I suppose that's a big outlet for us to promote music, but also talk about these kind of issues that we're talking about now. And like, you know, you're saying you want to you make sure you're putting a message in your music that's important, but also like we put those messages online, we interact with people and get a lot of stuff across. What do you think of that? I like the pros and cons of that at the moment.
I think it's always good to keep your independence and be able to say what you want to say.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I was on a label right now,
Yeah,
I might not have been able to spat the bars I really wanted to spit, because it's not because you can't, but it's just because it might not go with what you've got planned for the next few months on a business level. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, obviously you haven't got certain freedoms, but at the same time, I'm not gonna tell any youth that's listening out there not to try and get himself a good record deal.
yeah,
That would be stupid. Try and get yourself a good record deal, fam.
Yeah,
Something
straight.
where, you know what I mean, there's a good little deal going on. You can do your thing, because at the end of the day, you're still growing up. Life's a journey.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You might do what you're doing right now, get yourself onto the platform where you might be able to do your own thing, but on a better level, because you know what I mean. So there's no rules, man. There's no rules.
straight.
Innit?
I always say that,
But
man.
don't, because you ain't got a label behind you, not at least go studio and record. You don't even have to release nothing,
you
but
feel-
still just hone your talent in it and practice your craft.
Do you feel now like we might be able to be in a position where labels might sign artists that are just doing what they want, like on a raw level? Like you got Stormzy going in the charts, This is taking it away from content, I suppose, a while. But just the production of what he's just doing freestyles over old garage instrumentals,
Yeah, but Stormzy's
going raw,
good,
and it's
though.
going top 10.
Yeah, Stormzy's
So
actually...
every label in the game must want to sign him right now. He's not doing it, but you know what I'm saying.
No, but when Stormzy done that tune where his mum ran out on the video,
Yeah.
What was he signed them times?
No.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, at the end of the day, how old is Stormzy?
I don't know exactly. He's young. He's not super young.
23.
23, yeah.
Big up Stormzy, yeah.
Yeah, straight.
Like big man thing. When I'm driving, I'm going about my business. Stormzy's not really what I listen to. But if the tune comes on, I went. What's this? Red Bull.
Yeah. Culture
I
Clash.
was going mad when
Oh, you was
Stormzy
there,
was doing the
yeah?
thing.
Yeah.
I was there, fam. I was all
Big.
trying to go to the mosh pit because we was all in the bougie VIP flipping
Yeah.
thing.
Run that. We don't do that.
But they wouldn't let you go in there and come back and get
Okay.
your stuff. So man had to call it a day. But
Yeah.
not to divert, yeah, fam. Like a lot of these youths they're doing their thing. They got mad energy. But I feel like there's a lot of negativity being pushed. When I do listen to, like, I'm not gonna talk anyone specifically.
Yeah,
But when I do listen to like the general, you know, whether it's the trap, grime, whatever thing that's going on, I know that it's not all about what it seems like it's all about. There are brothers with more content out there, but
That's
it
true.
seems like you have to come a certain way just to. Okay, I understand that. Man's got to get paid and man's got to feed the bills, so pay the bills or whatever. I take nothing from that. I actually like some of these tunes. A good tune's a good tune.
Yeah.
Certain tunes motivate you in a different way, innit?
Do you think man are leaving things out more or pushing things in more?
Bro, I can't spit for no one. If I was 18, 20 now, 22, and I'm a smart youth, and I've seen people come, seen what they've done, and I'm thinking, nah, I want to bust in this thing.
Yeah.
I've seen who's bust and what they've done. Why am I gonna do something the opposite? It depends what you want to do in it. Do you know what I mean?
But do you think that's the only reason they're doing that type of music? Just because they're seeing it's working?
It's not. Nah. Yeah. Let me illustrate that point.
Yeah,
it's not the only reason. But imagine this. Though. Imagine every time them youths done a tune like that, the radio said, "Nah, we don't like that. It's too violent. It destroys the black community."
Yeah.
The youths would say,
do you think,
is it
like,
cool? I make a new
I think there's
tune."
another angle though where that kind of music is shut down though also, because gigs can't tour. K-Coke's gone jail as soon as he got his record deal. They shut this kind of music down.
I can't speak for none of these man, because at the end of the day, I actually like some of these man music and know some of these man. But this is what I'm trying to say to you.
So shut down as well.
Yeah, they do, cuz. But listen to this though. You see, when you listen to the average big DJ on the road, he's not calling one UK unknown artist that is his music is about something positive. He might be singing some girly stuff. He might be singing some commercial stuff. When I talk about, I'm not gonna call man them garbage, but when I talk about this nonsense that's going on, it's not just violent stuff. But it's like the same old stuff.
Repetitive.
And bro, it's not getting these youths nowhere, fam. It's not getting our youths nowhere, because at the end of the day, when a youth, man's all talking about shank, and a big shank, a youth gets shanked at the ting. Like, look, I'm not saying it's about the music, but fam, hold on, check it, wait. Why don't we do something about it? Because if this was in a white party, they'd lock it off, fam. They'd lock it off. There's no two ways about it. Whichever way you want to put it, if it was in a white club in West,
they might lock it off before it happens.
But
I'm saying they do lock these things off.
I'm not talking about the club specifically. I'm saying about the movement. They'll clamp on certain things
and that are damaging to the.
And you know what? At the end of the day, youths need guidance, fam. I don't want to diss none of these youths growing up. I'm all about unity. I love nothing but love and respect for the youths. It's a mad time we're going on where you can slip up and man records it and it's on Facebook and do you know what I mean? Everything was going on when we were younger, but it was a different time, fam. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying about the youths here, G, is the youths need guidance, innit? And once we recognise that, and we start trying to do certain things about that, it will be a better situation, because the youths are the future, fam.
What
advice would you give
to the youth, like trying to get into music or even any art or something like that they want to be passionate about to the youth right now?
It depends what age you are, man. If you're like 16, 17 right now, real talk, I couldn't really see it when I was that age.
Yeah.
I just happy like what education, like understanding stuff come easy to me. You see, like mathematics, English, and science, all them things come easy for me. So I didn't really try hard, but I still smashed it. Still got 10 GCSEs, even though I weren't really in class and was doing what we should have done.
Go on.
Yeah? But listen, the point I'm trying to make to these youths is like, just work. Actually, you're young, you know.
Yeah, man.
Just stay in school, smash it up real quick.
Yeah.
Get some good grades. Yeah. So when you get older, you can do whatever you're doing. My dad used to tell me this stuff, but I never really used to like check it.
Yeah.
Like smash up the thing, get some good grades, yeah. But still do what you're doing, fam.
Yeah.
But just, I'm talking especially to the black youths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially to the black youths. Do what you're doing. Get some good grades if you're 16, 17. Matter of fact, if you can afford it, just ice up the uni or a course thing, get some mad skill, some mad qualification, whether it be a doctor or architect.
Yeah.
Furthermore, you done a mad move. Man, them have got 50, 60 bags there. You know what? Do a madness. Just go pilot school. Go pilot school. Because on the off day, that's an investment in yourself. So what what I'm trying to say is invest in yourself.
Yeah, man.
And don't follow the crowd. If the man them are rapping, you ain't got a rap, B.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, you might just kick back and say, I can promote. I'm a good promoter. I've never really been a super rapper like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to rap. But certain men just follow the and if you're like, some youths develop late, so you might be 22 still thinking like this.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Just check yourself in it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying this from some Mahatma. I don't even know if that's his first name. I ain't saying it from a Gandhi level. Yeah? Man ain't trying to talk like Gandhi. Yeah, I'm just saying it because I gotta keep it real before it's too late, fam. Man, you just gotta keep it real, fam.
Straight. So invest in yourselves, origami, then, innit?
Of course, always invest in yourself and study because within like, look, knowledge will furnish the heart of a man, fam. That's my thing, innit? Yeah, like knowledge will kind of give you depths in it. Like, I never really checked it like this before. Even if you was tiling your bathroom and then you say, I'm gonna go on the internet and just learn how to tile this thing, spend 2-3 days and just research the thing, like when you come back and do it, you be doing it even better, fam. You understand the point I'm trying to make? So there's nothing look, the coolest thing in the world is being educated, fam. Man. Don't ever let these media outlets fool you and say because you ain't got, like, man are scientists and doctors, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man are advanced, like, things out here, you know what I mean? So learn in it and just study and, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I respect that a lot.
It seems quite important to you to be a positive role model. Do you think that all artists are responsible to be a positive role model for young people?
Nah, I can't really say that. I used to, but then I realised I was kind of sounding like a bit too controlling. Like, let everyone do their thing, innit? Like sometimes I need a bit of party music, sometimes I need a bit of thing. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to address is when man looks at the big picture, fam. Yeah. And we see what's going on, and it's like there's you see what's going on right now in America, it's bonkers, bruv. What does it have to come on over here before a man says, "Oh, sugar"? Do you know what I mean? But you sat and you watched it. Do you know what I mean? The same, so it's like, and I'm not saying leave your house and your wife and kids and your mortgage or whatever. But the more concern we have, the more thought we have. The more, if we act positively, unity we have. And then we can start changing things. Because at the end of the day, most people don't really want this. Or is it something I'm missing? Do you know what I mean? Because it's bonkers, fam. You know what I mean? So, and even if we're just taking that away, like, the truth always applies wherever you take it, fam. The laws will, like, I'm not saying rules. These things like people do, they're rules. But laws can't be broken, fam. So if man take the same law and apply it to hip-hop and say, it's a madness what's going on. Man, look at these kids. all they want to do is sell drugs and stuff, and all we keep playing is I'm in love with the girl. Now big up OT Genesis. Some days I'm going work, I'm playing OT Genesis. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But look, when there's not a balance,
definitely
things go wrong. That's facts,
definitely.
fam. That's a law.
Yeah, man. I see a Carla say that a little while ago, that, you know, people expect him to only listen to a certain type of hip hop, and he's like, when he was growing up, he was listening to DMX and Mobb Deep, but there was a balance. At that time, he felt there was more of a balance. So maybe that's what we need to bring.
That came into the women in hip hop discussion as well, about how condemning women for being over sexualized, the rest of it. And I was just saying, I like there to be balance.
There's no balance.
There's Alicia Keys, Nicki Minaj, balance.
Yeah, man. So when's the album? When is it dropping again?
2nd of August.
2nd of August. Hit up the Bandcamp, hit up the iTunes, all them good things there. Make sure you cop that new Big Cakes.
No expiry.
One love for coming up.
Keep it pyro.